In this video, I will be in the Insert tab and we'll be looking at how to enter a table. So from the Insert tab under Tables, you'll just click on Table and you'll get this pop-up. Now you can choose anywhere where you'd like to add your table. So entering the points. So I'm going to go from A1, and as you see we have a column 1 now. Now all you have to do is drag it by the corner to create other boxes. And if you drag it to the side, you'll also create column number 2 and column number 3. I can spread it out a little bit just so you can see what it actually says. And if you click on the drop down box from column 1, you'll see that there are text filters, so you can do equals, begins with, ends with, and you can also sort of A to Z or Z to A. Now here you can add your text by double clicking in the dark blue box. So I'm just going to name mine Data 1, and for the next one it will be Data 2, for this one it will be Data 3. Now as you see, the drop down menu boxes are the headings or the titles of the table itself. Now you can enter your actual data within here, so if you have something that is 10%, and you keep going and going until you fill up your data how you want and in the way you want. Now as you can see here, we also have the Table Tools Design tab just specifically for the table. So here you're able to resize your table to how you might like it, or again you can do it the way I did it by dragging and clicking over to the columns and the rows that I needed. You can export your data into your table if you already have some readily available. And here you can also have a option to delete the header row, so delete the title of the rows, as well as blending the rows together, the total of the amount of in the rows. And again you can have first column, last column. There are many different options that you can play around with here, and it's up to you what you like for your table, depending on your data, of course. And here you also have table style, so it's just a general color kind of style that you can choose for your table. So if you need something like this, you can have it like this. And again, if you go back to the Home tab, you could always change the direction in which your text goes, whether you want it to be middle aligned, centered, and much more. And you can even merge the columns as well. Stay tuned next, as next I'll be showing you how to add shapes. In this video, I'll be showing you how to enter shapes into your workbook on Excel. So again, under the Insert tab, under Illustrations now, we see that we have shapes. So clicking on the drop down menu, you'll see that it's exactly the same as Word and PowerPoint. So you have your recently used shapes, you have your lines, you have rectangles, you have basic shapes, block arrows, equation symbols, or shapes, sorry. You have flowcharts, stars and banners, as well as callouts. So to input these shapes into Excel, all you have to do is click on the one that you would like. So let's try the star. And as you see, you get a little cross as a cursor when you enter it over the workbook. Now all you have to do is drag it out. So that's right clicking and dragging the shape out. And as you can see, you now see you're in the drawing tools under the format for the shape. Now here you're able to insert another shape if you like. You can choose a shape style, so you can choose from your theme styles if you would like. So if you want a dark to light gradient, you can do that. Or you could even do a light gradient. It's up to you what style you would like as your shape. You can even adjust it and customize it to your own liking. So you could do a blue outline, or blue fill, sorry, and a yellow outline if you'd like. And you can also add an effect as well. So you can always do one here, so where you have the drop shadow in the background. You can do a beveled effect, or you can always do a 3D effect, or on an angle if you'd like. Now it's up to you what you'd like for your shape, and again, you don't have to use these. These are all optional inserts if you'd like to have them into your workbook. And you can always add words into your Excel pictures. So you can add any sort of text you like. And again, you can always go back to the Home tab and adjust it to your liking. So if you want it centered, in the middle of the star, right aligned, left aligned, it's up to you. And you can even choose a word art style. Now word art, when you use it for anything such as a table or a shape or even a caption, you'll always get this feature within the Format tab. But you can always do it alone, which I'll be showing you later on in the course. So here you have the option to choose any color you'd like and any style you would like. So right there I chose a gold accent for soft bevel. As you see, it's in your image now. And again, you can just drag and click wherever you'd like it to be. And you can open it as big or as small as you'd like. Or you can always adjust the size right here in the size section. So if you want it to be a perfect star, you can do a 9x9 or however big or small you'd like it. And that's all for adding shapes. Next, we'll be looking at how to enter a picture both on your computer as well as online within your workbook. In this video, I'll be showing you how to add a picture both from your computer as well as an online picture to your workbook. So again, under the Insert tab, under Illustrations, you'll see that there's an option both for computer pictures as well as online pictures. Now if you click on Pictures alone, you will see that it will open up your browser and you can add whatever picture you'd like. Now I don't have any pictures to add, so I won't be adding any from here. But all you would have to do is go into any folder that you may have or any pictures that may pop up and scroll through and find the picture that you'd like to add to your workbook. Now to add a picture online, you go to Online Pictures and you right click, and here you will get a pop-up. Now this is the Google Bing search, so it's a Bing image search for you. And here you can search for anything. So let's just say I want to add a skyline. All you have to do is type in your keyword and click enter. Now here you can choose any image you would like. This one looks nice to me, so I will click on it to select it, and you'll see in the top left corner of it there is a check mark. Now this means I selected it. So if you don't see this, like how you see here, it's just a blank box that's unchecked, that means you haven't checked it. So always make sure that the box is actually checked before you click insert. Now with the Google Bing search, you can also search by size if you like. If you need a specific small image or medium or large, you can always do that. You also have the option to choose between a photograph. So the search will adjust itself so that you'd only see pictures of photographs, clip art, line drawing, or transparent art. So if I click the clip art, you usually get ones like this where it's more black and gray looking. You can always search by color, so if you need a specific color to stand out more, you can do that as well. And then you also have the option to clear all filters, so it goes back to the regular search that you already had going. Now choosing a different picture, like this one, all I'd have to do is click insert in the bottom right hand corner. And when it loads, you'll see that your picture is here now. Now again, with pictures, you also have a format tab, so it's under picture tools, and this automatically always comes up. And with this, you're able to remove the background if you'd like. So if you ever used PowerPoint before, you have this special tool where you're able to remove certain parts of a picture. So it's kind of like Photoshop. So if I just wanted the skyline alone and I didn't want the sky, I could always remove the sky instead. So all you have to do is mark areas you want to delete. You also have the option to do corrections within your picture. So if you want it to be a bit brighter, you could always go for one of these where it's 40% brightness and negative 20% contrast. So these just give a different visual appeal towards your picture. You can change the color, so if you want it to be kind of a colored picture instead. So instead of having all the colors, you can have it as a blue and black sort of picture, or you can just leave it as normal. You can always do artistic effects, so you have many different ones to choose from. They're all very different and unique in their own way. So you have a marker effect. You also have paintbrush, so it's like it's a painting. Or you also have black and white ones, which are different by itself. So you have a pencil grayscale. You also have another pencil sketch. And you can keep going on and look through what you'd like. You also have inverted, which is the opposite colors of what your picture is. And you can just hover over them to see which one you would like best. You also have picture styles in which you're able to put a border around your picture. So because my image is a bit too large, I'm going to resize it first so that you can see the full picture. Put 8 by 10. There. Now you can see the whole picture. Or you can always drag it by the corners. And I recommend dragging by the corners instead, because if you do it from the sides, you're actually distorting the picture. And same thing if you drag it from the bottom. So I'd always recommend using the corners, as it gives an evenness to the picture when you actually want to make it bigger or smaller. So like I said, going back to picture styles, you can add a border of like pre-defaulted styles that you don't have to do anything to. So some of these have a rounded shape with a shadow at the bottom, or they have a white border with a shadow behind. It's up to you what you'd like. So for this one, I'm going to choose this. It's a rounded rectangle with a mirror reflection as well. Again, here you can always do your own thing if you'd like. You can choose the color of the border. So say if I want to do a nice purple border, and I could put a picture effect if I want. So I can have it so that it's beveled if I'd like. And for picture layout, this is more of a picture with a caption. So if I wanted it to be like this, I could put skyline. And again, I could change the colors of it if I would like to. And these are also part of the Smart Art tools, which I'll be going more in depth with later when I actually do a Smart Art chart for you. But going back to our picture, and here you're also able to crop the photo if you'd like. So if you only want a section of the photo, so say if I don't want much of the background, I could click enter, and there you go. Now I have the cropped photo that I wanted. And again, it's up to you. You can play around with these tools as much as you'd like. Please stay tuned, as next I will be going more in depth with these Smart Art charts. In this video, I will be showing you how to add a Smart Art chart to your workbook. So again, going into the Insert tab, you'll see it's kind of small, but it's there. Insert a Smart Art graphic. That's what we want in this video. So right clicking on that, we'll get a pop-up and it says choose a Smart Art graphic. Now you have many different ones to choose from. You have a list, process, cycle, hierarchy, relationship, matrix, pyramid, picture, as well as an office.com one. Now it's up to you what you need a Smart Art chart for, but I'm going to do a very simple one, which is a list. Now as you can see, there's many different ones to choose from, and it's up to you how you want to display your list. This one you can add a picture, as well as this one, and some of these are just simple text. So I'm going to choose this one to see how it looks. Now you can drag and move it along when you have the 4x4 arrow cursor above it. And again, you can make it as big or as small as you want it to be from the corners or even from the sides. Now you're able to do this with the top and bottom as well as the left and right little circles here, because for this one it doesn't really matter as much, but when you do a picture, you're more or less distorting the picture. So this one you can do it anyway. So you can add your title here. You can insert your text, and you can even insert a picture if you'd like. Now here in the Design tab under the Smart Art tools, you can even change your layout if you don't like this one. So say if this one doesn't suit me, I could always go back and choose another one that I might like. So if I like that one, I could choose that one, but I'm okay with this one for now. Now the reason why I want to show you this one is because there are many options in which you can do with this one. With these ones, you can do a scale of colorful colors to make your Smart Art chart pop a bit more, or you can even do a gradient scale if you'd like. So if I had more than one, I could add more and it'll look a little bit better, more visually appealing for your audience. And again, if you go into format, this way you're able to customize your own if you like. So you can do it blue, do this one orange, You can customize it to your liking if you like to. And again, the words, you could always change it to a word art style. So if I wanted this one to be a black with a white border around it, I could do that. Or again, you can customize the text to your liking by yourself. Here you're also able to size it according to how you want it to be. So if you want it to be 2 by 4, you can get it to be like that. Or you can do the whole thing by itself to be 4 by 8. So now everything is the same size. Stay tuned next, as next we'll still be in the Insert tab. We'll be looking at how to enter a chart, as there are many different options. In this video, I will be showing you how to enter a chart within your workbook. Now, as you see, under the Insert tab, there are many different charts in the Charts section. Now, this is more open than it usually is. If you ever see how it's laid out on Word or on PowerPoint, usually it's just closed up like how these ones are. But they open this out because this is what people use Excel mostly for. So if you have any data like I have here right now, which is from another section within my document, you can change your data into a chart by simply doing the instructions I will be showing you. So what you first want to do is you want to highlight everything. Let me just add a bit more data here for you. And again, I will be showing you this later on in the course on how to do what I just did. But first, let's highlight everything. And as you see, we have the Charts section under the Insert tab. And this is the recommended charts. Now you can either open this and choose from one of these charts that they recommend, or you can always choose your own. Now as you see here at the top, we have a bar chart, we have line charts or area charts, we have a pie or donut chart, we have a hierarchy, statistic, scatter, bubble chart, waterfall or stock chart, combo chart, or a surface or radar chart. And you're also able to input a map as well as do a pivot chart. Now that I have my data highlighted from the Excel spreadsheet itself, we can pull down these drop down menus, and when you hover over any of the options that you may have, so how we have a 2D column chart, it actually shows a preview of what you can do. So if I want a 2D or a 3D chart, I can see the preview, and same thing with everything else. Now it's up to you which chart you like or what suits your needs, but just remember you can always choose it or have a preview of it. We could even do a scatter chart, which will show the same information, and all of these charts show the same information within them. It's just depending on how you want it laid out. So for this one, I think I'm going to do a 3D bar chart. So all I have to do is click on whichever one I'd like, and there you go. Now you have your chart with your data up here as well. So with that as well, you are entered into the Design tab under Chart Tools. Now here, just like anything else within the Insert tab, you have your Design tab where you're able to change the colors if you'd like. You can change the layout quickly and easily instead of having to redo it. And you can even use a chart style that they already have defaulted for you. So if you'd like, you can have a gray background, or you can have a black background and have the numbers at the top as well. So this one looks nice. It looks nice with the fade, so I'm going to choose that one. Now here you can also switch the rows up if you want to. And again, you can change the chart type by doing it manually like this. And now you see that you have a whole nother pop-up with every kind of chart that Excel is able to produce for you. So you even have other ones such as a sunburst and a waterfall and a funnel. And again, this one you're able to choose it better because it's all laid out in here for you instead of having the quick shortcuts at the top. But I'm okay with mine for now, so I'm going to leave it how it is. And I'm going to go into format. So the format again is the same for anything within the insert tab. You have your shapes, you even have your shape styles if you like anything here. So if you want, the outline could be blue, or you can have it as an orange. And again, you could always customize it to your own likings if you want it to be a specific color. Here you're also able to change the word art within the chart. So if you want it to be something specific, you could always do that. And again, you could always customize it to your own likings if you'd want that. And here you're also able to adjust the size. So if you want it to be a 10 by 10 chart, or whatever you may like, it's up to you. That's all for inserting charts. Stay tuned as next we'll be looking at how to hyperlink. In this video, I will be going over how to add a hyperlink to either a text or a picture. So since we don't have anything in here, I'll be going back to the first section, which is the Getting Started section. And we'll be adding a hyperlink to anything here. So say if I chose the name Sean here in my autocorrect section, and I click hyperlink. Now this can go into just about anything. So starting with the first one, you can add it to an existing file or a web page. So you have all your files here if you'd like, or you could browse whatever pages you've already opened previously, or anything you recently opened. Down here in address, you're also able to add a URL from a website in order to direct your text straight to a web page. Here in Place in this document, you can actually place a link towards something in this document. So as you see here, and at the bottom here, we also have our Getting Started, we have Inserting Options, Working with Formulas, Cell Reference, and we have a blank sheet 1. So it actually notices that I have all these within the document. So I can always go back and do it towards one of those. As well as any cell numbers that you previously entered or tried to look up. In Create a New Document, you're able to create a brand new document within Excel in order to link something back towards what you want to link to. And here you're also able to email someone if you would like. So I'm going to be placing it in this document as an example for you. So for this example, usually if you're trying to link to something within your document, it has to have some sort of reference towards what you're linking to. Now, this document isn't really meant for that. I'm just using this as purely as an example. So I'm going to do it to sheet 1. Now we'll click OK. As you see here, let me zoom in here for a bit. The name Sean has been changed to a blue outline. So when I hover over the name, it shows the directions. So it says click once to follow, click and hold to select this cell. So if I click and hold, it selected the cell. But if I click once, it directs me straight to the end where I want to be, which is sheet 1. And if I had something here that had a reference, I could always go straight there. Stay tuned next, as next we'll be looking at the text box, which has many different options, which you can add a text, header and footer, word art, and much more. In this video, I will be going over the text section within the Insert tab. So when you pull down the drop-down menu, you'll see there are many options. Here we have text box, header and footers, which I'll be going over later on in the course. You have word art as well as signature line and object. So starting with text box, here we are able to open a brand new text box. So instead of having to type within the little cells, you can always open a text box. And as you see, we have a format tab for it. Now this is optional, you don't need this, as you can always just make a cell bigger if you want or anything like that. And it's up to you what you'd like to do with it. You can add text to it, you can add a shape style, or you can do your own customization. You can also do a word art style within it, or you can customize it yourself as well. And again, you could always open it to be as big as you'd like. And going back into the home tab, you could always choose the font that you'd like for it and how big you want it to be. Now back to the text section, we also have word art. Now, as I showed you with just about everything within the Insert tab, such as tables, pictures, shapes, smart art, and even charts itself, you can add word art to just about anything when you're in the Format tab. And just as you saw just now with the text box. But if you want just word art by itself, you can do it from here. Now again, you have the same options you do just like you did in the other options. So you can choose whatever option you like, and now you're able to just add your own text. And you can place it wherever you'd like. Now the nice thing about Excel is that you don't have any limitations as to where you're able to put your text. You can put it just about anywhere you'd like. And you can make it as big or as small as you like as well. Like I said before, you go back to the Home tab to make the sizing to what you like. And you can even change the font as well. But you'll still have the sort of sense of the word art still there. Now even for this, you still have a Format tab because it is word art, so you have the option to have borders as well as background shape styles. You're able to customize it as well and choose even a different word art style if you'd like. Or you can always add your own effects if you'd like as well to make it however you'd like it to be. And there you go. So you have your word art now. Again, going back to the text box, you also have a signature line. Now this is good if you're doing a document or any sort that you need someone to sign off on. So you can add an office signature line. So all you have to do is type in who you are. So I am Victoria White. You put your position, so I am an instructor, and you can even put your email address as well if you'd like. As you see, your signature line pops up. Now this you can add to the end of your document. So I'd suggest looking at the page layout of your document before you print it off and positioning it perfectly, especially if you have a lot, so that when you're printed, whoever is signing off on it can always sign it off right there, or you can sign off on it yourself if it is you who's signing off. That's it for the text section within the Insert tab. Stay tuned, as next we'll be looking at how to work with formulas.